by the dishonest and distorted media pushing crooked Hillary, but also at many polling places. Sad. Joining us from Washington, the chairman of the American Conservative Union and former political director for President Bush, Matt Schlapp. Matt, good to have you back on the show.
Good to be with you, Mika.
So you want to make the case for Donald Trump being a victim, to use his word?
I don't know if someone like Donald Trump could ever be a victim.
Yeah, didn't think so.
But I do think that, look, there are a lot of Americans. We've had this huge emergence of all different types of media outlets. And there are a lot of Americans, like myself, who believe that many people in the mainstream media are not aligned with my views on a lot of issues, and they go other places for their news. This is a dynamic in our society, and I think Trump is connecting to those voters who believe that sometimes they have to go someplace else to get the straight scoop.
Donnie Deutsch?
Matt,
what'd you say?
I said,
Hey, Matt, it's Donnie.
Hi, Donnie.
Can we agree that when Donald Trump is giving his rigged stuff, that we are playing a very, very dangerous game, that you know, there's been billions of votes cast over the years? I think we've found 47 fraudulent votes over the last several decades, and that to the American public, sending a signal, our institution, our republic, is based on a democracy and people voting, that basically it's rigged, and all his comments about going to the polling places and watch out, that is a very, very dangerous game to be played by that candidate.
Yeah, I spent 36 days in the Florida recount. There's more subjectivity to elections than I think we realize. That being said, I think we have the best system on the globe. And I think that it's legitimate, and I think that all of us understand whoever wins on Election Day is the winner. But I do think there are a lot of people who look at this October, Donnie, and they say, usually we have an October surprise. There's a surprise every day. There is so much being thrown out there. Most seems like it's being done in a way to just try to make Donald Trump seem like it's illegitimate to even consider voting for him. And look, I think there's going to be consequences to this. I think some people are kind of tuning out because they've made their decision to vote for Donald Trump, and they feel morally judged, and somehow there's something wrong with that. And they're starting to just tune out because it's like, look, I want to send the ultimate screw you message to Washington. He's the best guy to do that, and I'm sticking with him.
Mark Halperin.
Matt, what % of the national popular vote do you think is the minimum Trump needs to win? And what evidence do you have? What evidence do you have that he could get there?
So George H.W. Bush, Mark, what did he get? Like 39 point in 1992 in a losing effort. Bill Clinton won the presidency twice without getting to 50%. I don't know if I have a hard number. I'd like to obviously see him above 45. I don't think he's going to get above 50.
Okay, Steve Ratner.
Assuming Trump loses, and let's sort of put a 7% margin or something that's in the range of what the current polls are showing, what do you see his future in the Republican Party or in the country as some kind of political force? Do you think he simply goes back to golf and selling water and whatnot, or do you think there's actually a role for him in the political discourse going forward?
Steve, that's a great question, because many people inside my party and in the conservative movement have viewed what's happened in our primary process as all about Donald Trump. And Donald Trump is, some people believe, like this cancerous tumor that has to be cut out. And what I saw with Donald Trump is he connected to a huge group of voters that felt like they had been forgotten. A lot of them are crossover voters. We used to call them Reagan Democrats, blue-collar working-class folks and others, and people who are just disgruntled over the fact that they want Republicans to fight harder against the Obama agenda. So I never viewed this as simply a Trump phenomenon. I viewed it as Trump being a smart political entrepreneur like he is in business. He saw something happening, and he got in front of it. And so I think this dynamic is real. I think these voters will continue. I think that he has given them a platform and a voice. And I think my party would be foolish to turn them all out, because we haven't won a battleground state in 12 years if we don't win any this time. And I think actually we haven't won in 12 years. I think this time we will win. We're going to be back on the map winning battleground states. It's our only way to get there. And I think that you got to grow your coalition. You can't shrink it. We've done a damn fine job of shrinking it. And I think we have to grow it. Now, whether Donald Trump is the solution to growing it or not, we're going to find out in just a number of days
Sam
here.
Stein.
There's a bombshell Financial Times report this morning that Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, in talks with establishing a Trump TV network after this is all done, so that might be where he ends up. But, Matt, I guess I'm confused at what you think the media is doing here. We have a candidate who is doing things that are objectively different beyond what any other candidate has done in the past. Caught on tape talking about grabbing a woman's genitals, launching into Twitter tirades at a Miss Universe, suggesting that his opponent was on drugs at a debate. I mean, you say that the media is ganging up on Trump. Isn't it true that Trump is basically asking for this type of scrutiny with a very outlandish, beyond the pale behavior and rhetoric that he's bringing to this campaign?
Sam, he is running the most unorthodox presidential campaign we've ever seen. I don't think anybody who's been involved in presidential campaigns, and I've been involved in two, would suggest that he take these types of steps. And someone asked me the other day, can you assure us that he's not going to send any more tweets? I said, no, I can't. But there's also another side to this. When, for us Republicans who have seen the Clinton political machine, the Clintons always smile and they look very calm and scripted. But underneath, they have a heck of an attack machine that goes after their opponents. Donald Trump doesn't have that. Donald Trump doesn't have that.
These are Trump's own words.
That's what I mean.
This is not the Clintons putting this out.
Sam, I think I'm saying the same. I think I'm trying to agree with you to a certain extent, which is what Donald Trump does is he doesn't use outside allies to take the tough message. He delivers it himself. Now, that's unorthodox. Most people would say, please don't do that. But when he has a beef with somebody, you hear about it from his own mouth in his own Twitter. Now, will that be successful or not? We're going to find out. There are a certain number of Americans who say, look, I don't like everything about him, but I like the fact that he is authentic. He tells me how he feels about things, and that is having some resonance.
Well, okay, Bianna.
Matt, you mentioned us Republicans. I follow your wife as well on Twitter, and I saw her reaction to Trump's comments, specifically following the tape and about his comments about Machado. I mean, you need women voters going forward beyond Election Day. What do you tell female Republicans at home who are contemplating voting for him and constantly are berated by new allegations and his response to these allegations on a daily basis?
Well, I'm not going to justify his comments.
But you say unorthodox. This is beyond unorthodox.
Well, it's also unorthodox, but I think that I'm not going to justify his comments. I think his comments were reprehensible. Yes, you think you heard from my wife. What do you think I heard? We definitely, I mean, I happen to be married to a rather fiery Latina who had opinions. And look, she is going to vote for Donald Trump. I'll let her speak for herself, but she's going to vote for Donald Trump.
We need to have her on.
You do, but not you do absolutely not. And she's not going to vote for Donald Trump because she agrees with those. The evidence of those aspects of him. She's going to vote for Donald Trump because at the end of the day, she thinks Obama has us down on a very bad path when it comes to our philosophy, and she thinks Donald Trump is actually going to fight and upset the order of things. Look, you don't have to be a conservative to look at Donald Trump and to look at Washington, D.C. and say we might not like everything about the guy, but Washington, D.C. is so broken. Do we really need to send a candidate there who's going to do exactly the same things we've been seeing for the last 25 years?
Matt Schlapp, thank you very much. We look forward to having your wife on. And thanks for being on.
She's better than me, Mika. Take it from me.